Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, isn't it, today? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Thursday. So I probably caught a lot of you out. I know it's early in the morning for a lot of people, but of course for some people it's not. It's evening time. Here in Spain, where I am, it's 8:32 in the morning. And so good morning, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are. Now, the reason I'm on so early is I've got quite a lot of classes today. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm a Spanish teacher, and Thursday mornings are pretty busy. So I thought, get on early, do this update, because there are things I want to talk to you about. I think there is a little update. And I feel like I know I probably say this every day, but in the Jay Slater case that we're talking about, hopefully something's going to break today and Jay will be found. So I've been rushing around getting ready. I've just been doing my nails as the intro was playing. I haven't even brushed my teeth yet, actually. It's a good job, I'm not actually in person because probably my breath smells. I haven't even had time to brush my teeth. I'll brush my teeth before my classes start. So anyway, I thought I'd come on and talk about, I like to come on every day. I don't know if I'll get a chance later. And then tonight is the members live. So I will get a chance to talk in there. But I wanted to tell everybody who's been following this. I know a lot of you have been following my coverage of Jay Slater's mysterious disappearance. So Jay Slater was the young 19-year-old, went missing in Tenerife. After going, he was on holiday there. He went off with a couple of guys to a remote area, which we don't really know why yet, and then tried to make his way back. This is the official version. This is all we know for sure at the moment. Tried to make his way back to where he was staying at Los Americanos and disappeared. And the police, the Spanish police, have been searching for him ever since with the the Guardia Civil and the mountain rescue teams. And they've now brought search dogs in from Madrid. They were using dogs before, but these are very specialist ones. They've got drones, helicopters. Very difficult terrain that they're searching. We've seen some videos on that. We're going to look at some more today just to remind ourselves. And also, there's a lot of social media crap going on with it. Honestly, the social media just is crazy. I mean, I don't think even the Nicola Bulley case was as mad as this. People just spouting off without any evidence whatsoever for what they're saying. So no wonder his parents his family have turned off their social media and aren't listening anymore. They've probably been advised to do that by the police. Anyway, before I get into it, let me just say thank you. That's what the banner's for at the bottom there. Thank you to all of you who watch my videos, who like my videos, and especially those who subscribe to my channel. If you're subscribed, don't forget to press the notification bell so you get notification of new videos. And if you're not subscribed yet, please consider it, because it's free and it helps out my channel. Also, as always, special thanks to my members. Tonight is Members Live, or one of the Members Lives. So Members Lives are Tuesday and Thursday evenings. And we will be chatting in the members. It's always the best day when we're chatting in the members. No trolleys, no trolls. We had quite a few trolls yesterday, which is strange because it's always British cases where you get trolls. And normally, I've got my own theory about these trolls. But anyway, and thank you to those of you who have bought me a Ko-fi, sent me a super sticker, PayPal'd me, sent me an email, left a nice comment, or anything you've done to support my channel. Thank you so much. And I really mean that, because it's you who keep me going when I do get these trolls, which isn't very often. We don't get loads of trolls on this channel, but we do get them every now and again. Sad people with nothing else to do. But, just one of those things, isn't it? You go on YouTube, you get trolls. Oh, where's my lighter? Because I've got a candle to light. Right, I can't see my lighter anywhere. I might have to find that in a minute. Anyway, I'll have a look in a minute. Where can it be? Anyway, I wonder if someone's stolen it to light a cigarette. Not me, because I don't smoke, but it could be. Anyway, so yeah, so this is who we're talking about. This is Jay Slater, only 19. Not an angel, had a very checkered history. When he was 16, he got involved with a gang, I take it, and he was involved in a very serious attack on another young boy with a machete. I mean, a very serious attack. So, of course, a lot of social media is focusing on that, but that was 3 years ago. His employer, he's working now as an apprentice bricklayer, his employer had nothing but good things to say about him. So, you know, what people want to think about Jay's past, that's up to them. But to me, he's still a young boy missing in the mountains. And even the guy that he attacked has come out and said, look, you know, let's stop all this negativity about Jay. You know, if he's forgiven him, or if he's saying that, I don't see that we have any right to say anything different, because he was the victim at the time. Seems like they were all sort of you know, they get involved in these things, young people. But I'm not you know, exonerating him or anything. It was terrible what he did, absolutely awful. But you know, it wasn't just shoplifting or, you know, knocking on doors and running away. But I do feel even more for his mum for that, because she's been through quite a lot of sleepless nights over this lad. So social media, let me just talk. Oh, let me say hello to everyone first, and then we'll talk about social media. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Daniel. Happy Wednesday. It's not, oh, it might be Wednesday where you are. I don't know where you are, but it's Thursday here in Spain. Hi, Rabbit Man. Can't smell my breath, Kelly. Oh, God. You know, when your mouth feels horrible, I'm dying to brush. I might end up brushing my teeth while you're watching a video or something. Hi, Carla. Yep, that's it, Kelly. Hi, Maltese. Troll Free Zone. Hi, Junior. Oh, yeah, candles. Candles for Jay and his family. Yeah, do you know, what sort of a person have you got to be to not wish Jay to be found safely? But I just want to talk a little bit about some of the social media. Oh my God, I made the mistake of going into the rabbit hole yesterday. Facebook, Twitter. So we have some person, I mean, you don't even know if sometimes I think, are these comments like for real? There was some woman, I think it was a woman, I can't remember, saying, oh, do you think it's possible he's been taken by an eagle? You know, because I don't know what the wildlife is like in that part of Tenerife. Could he have been picked up by an eagle and taken away? Now, I'm sure that's happened. I've seen a kestrel try and take a cat once, but it couldn't make it. It was too heavy. So I don't know. It'd have to be a bloody big eagle to be able to carry away. So because he looked quite tall, Jay. I don't know, but anyway, that's one theory. What was another theory? Oh, now they're saying on social media that Jay's mum, Debbie, is related to is Karen Matthews' stepsister. Then what was the other thing I was reading that somebody had said? Oh, I'm going to go. I'd like to go over there and help search, but I'm on a mobility scooter. Do you think I should go? So do you think some of them are probably tongue in cheek? I don't know, but it's so disrespectful. Because it would be, some of them, you think, God, it would be funny if it wasn't so serious. You know, you are talking about someone's life here. Just these people, what happened to their family? You know, you just think, would they want, you know, to me, I would say, don't put any comment that if that was you and your family, you wouldn't like to see. You know, it's comments of support. If you haven't got anything supportive to say, if you don't care what happens to Jay, just don't say anything. You don't have to say something nasty. This is what I just don't understand. Hi, Ossie. So anyway, that's social media for you. It's got its good things. Of course, there are good things on social media too. But unfortunately, it's like everything else in life, isn't it? You've got the good and the bad and the ugly. Probably most of the trolls are the ugly. But anyway, so I sort of started reading these things, and I was about an hour and a half reading all these different things and thinking, oh my God, do people really believe this? You know, no, with no evidence. Anyway, never mind. That's my rant over about all the negative bits of social media. So where am I going to start? Because of course this is, you know, sort of want to address some things, but the main, right, I'm going to start with the main thing, which for me is very, very important and telling, if you like, and I hope it comes to something, even though it will be bad news, of course. In one way, but you know, they just need to find this boy one way or another before it gets even more ridiculous. So on Sky News, they first announced this actually, that the police yesterday, last evening, sort of afternoon, evening time, they did say, the police did say that some Sky News. So don't forget, Sky News has got a reporter on the scene. And he seems to have built up a little bit of a relationship with the police. And I mean, the police aren't going to say anything to anybody really, but they don't, you know, at least they're not sort of like pushing him away or whatever. So anyway, Spanish authorities remain silent on the missing teen while online conspiracies reach a fever pitch, which is a fever pitch. And who's adding to that but Mark Williams Thomas? Going out, oh my God. So we're going to have a look at his press conference. It wasn't even a press conference, it was just him. Even the family weren't talking. The family won't talk because apparently the police have told them not to, advised them not to. What is he even doing there except making everything worse? Saying that, I really need to speak to these two men. The police have spoken to those two men. You know, he's making out as if he's not in cahoots with the police. The police don't want him to cooperate with their inquiry. They won't be interested in anything he has to say. He doesn't speak Spanish. He doesn't have a team with him or anything normally. He's just cashing in. It's horrible, I think, what he's doing. But because I can't see how he can do anything constructive. But anyway, I'll probably get some trolls on now. People don't like it when you say things like that. You know, and that's what I think. So, you know, I'm not saying anything that I don't think is true. So a multi-agency effort is one of the defining features of this search for the 19-year-old who has been missing since 17th of June. Another is the reluctance of those agencies to comment. Now, of course, this is not unusual. This is normal in Spain. So you can't think that the fact that the police aren't commenting is significant in any way. It is not significant. Wouldn't matter what case it was, who it was, what was happening. While it's an ongoing investigation, the police are not going to comment. So it's nothing unusual. It's just the way it is. Another thing that I quite like about, so it's Shingi Mararike, who's in Tenerife. He's the North of England correspondent, which was, of course, what's his face before, Izzy, who covered the Nicola Bulley case. And I don't know what's happened to him. He got slated, didn't he, by the family, or Sky News got slated by Nicola Bulley's family. But I've noticed in the Sky News bulletins, they've not mentioned Mark Williams Thomas once, whereas all the other rags, you know, we're going to look at some of them, the Daily Express, the Sun, etc. Even the Mirror and what, they're all full of Mark Williams Thomas as well. But I've noticed that Sky News haven't mentioned him. Anyway, I don't know. I just noticed things like that might mean something, it might mean nothing. It just struck me because other media agencies are mentioning it. So I don't know what happened over the Nicola Bulley case when Nicola's family slammed the mainstream media. maybe Sky News have had to change the way they do things a bit. I don't think that Mark Williams-Thomas will help that family at all in Tenerife. I can't see what he can do to help. He didn't help Nicola Bulley's family at all, did he? In fact, he made everything worse by threatening to sell the story about her vulnerabilities. So I'm just wondering what he can possibly do to make things better. But anyway, if he manages to, good luck to him. But I just don't see what he can do. So what Shingy's saying, so because he's right there watching what they're doing, he said that the search seems more focused, and they started focusing yesterday on one particular area. So does that mean that in a drone, maybe they've seen something that they're going to investigate? So in a rugged, remote corner of Tenerife, the search for Jay Slater continued into yet another day. Hi, David. What was a sprawling operation last week now feels more focused, with a cluster of officers from the Guardia Civil telling me they were looking at a particular ravine with a nearby water source. So, you know, Jay, wonder if he was, hi, Joe. I wonder if he was looking for water, Jay. So if they're concentrating on a particular ravine with a nearby water source, do you think Jay heard water and he was looking for water because he had no water? We know he said he had hardly any water. Anyway, they haven't found him yet. I just want to say they haven't found him yet, and it could be a completely false alarm. But you know what I feel about the Guardia Civil is they're just carrying on with their job. So all this chaos is going around social media and everything. They're not interested in that, except for the fact that they have to go and investigate stupid claims. Let's just have a listen to Debbie, actually. So, you know, the police in the meantime are just carrying on with their job quietly, and they'll just get on with it and do it. They won't be rushed by anyone. They won't be told by anyone what to do. They don't care that, you know, what the British media are saying, oh, you know, the Guardia aren't speaking. What does the Guardia care about that, or what Mark Williams-Thomas says?
It's an absolute living nightmare. It's like a dream. It's like it's not happening. It really is. It really is. I wish this.
Yeah, we're just.
Hola chicos, ¿qué tal?
¿Y vuestra camiseta? Toma, lleva.
Oh, it's taking me to the advert now. God. So I think the problem with Debbie, or it's not a problem with her, but she does look a bit like Karen Matthews, of course, and she sounds like her. So anyway, that's what they're saying on social media. She's Karen Matthews' half sister. They've got the same mum. Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but do you know what? Is it even helpful? And to be honest, if she was Karen Matthews' stepsister, she saw how that ended. Do you think she'd really want to do exactly the same thing again and end up in prison like Karen Matthews did? You know, I just think it's so ridiculous. But anyway, never mind. So starting at 8 a.m., the officers, flanked by specialist sniffer dogs from Madrid, wandered down a path leading to a vineyard and gesturing. So this is 8 a.m. this morning. So it gets light here about 7:30. So they've gone out as soon as possible. I just hope they find something. I know it's awful, but I'm at a point where even if it's bad news, which of course it would be if they find Jay there, he won't be still with us, will he? But it's better than not finding him, you know, because this torture the family are going through, if he's got to be found deceased, then let it be soon. I know that maybe I'm not saying that right, but I think you probably know what I mean. I mean, I would rather that Jay was sitting watching the Euros somewhere with a beer, but I don't believe that for a minute. So gesturing to the other side of the uneven terrain, one explained how they needed special equipment to access an area that is difficult to traverse on foot. So even those experienced people are finding this terrain difficult. I think we saw that, didn't we, with the the British guy, he showed us very clearly, I think, just what people are, what they're all dealing with, and that he was finding it difficult. He's 29 years old. He's an experienced mountaineer. So it just I thought that was a really good illustration. So here's a Guardia with their dogs. Gosh, I hope a dog finds him. So they said they're looking at a particular ravine with a nearby water source. So it's not just the landscape the emergency services are battling, it's the weather too. The changeable conditions. Hi, Heather. The changeable conditions we've seen in the Rural de Teno National Park over the past week have included not just the high temperatures you'd expect in Tenerife, but also cloud cover, high winds and rain. So that they had problems with the drones, didn't they, at sometimes, because it was so windy. On Wednesday, as the wind fell and the rain picked up, a group of vehicles drove down another dip in the mountains. There's the drone. That group included not just the Civil Guard or the Guardia Civil, but teams from the Canarian government and local police. And watched closely by the Civil Guard, the local teams deployed 3 drones to survey the scene for about 45 minutes. Now, they're very methodical, the Spanish police. Spanish people in general are, so they do seem to take a long time about things, but they don't rush things. They'll do it properly and carefully.
No hay comida como la de Puerto Rico. Probarás las influencias y tradiciones españolas, africanas, taínas, sumado por la pasión que ponemos en cada bocado. Todo en el mismo plato.
Yeah, okay, looks lovely. But remember, we watched the video of them searching. They released this yesterday. So they're now focusing on a specific area. I think it can only be a good sign that they're focusing on a specific area, don't you? Let's just watch that one more time. Massive. Wonder why they released this video as well. I suppose they're just trying to show they're doing something. I don't know, but I think we know, hopefully, that they are doing something. Why do you just feel that it's going to be a dog that fights? It's always a dog that fights them, isn't it? We've covered so many cases and things, the dogs always seem to be the heroes in the end. So that multi-agency effort is one of the defining features of this search. And another is the reluctance of those agencies to comment, despite the series of questions shrouding this case, fanned by online conspiracies that have reached a fever pitch in recent days. And since Mr. Slater's disappearance, the Spanish authorities are yet to hold a news conference. Now, the other thing I want to add there is it's not common for them to do a news conference. I was thinking about the Anna Knezovic. I've never seen any news conference. To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen a police news conference while I've lived in Spain, and now I'm actively looking out for them. I don't think I've ever seen them. They must do them. Anyway, they're not going to do it while the investigation's ongoing. If they do find Jay or something transpires, they will do one. So there was a lot of noise yesterday, wasn't there, about this news conference? But that Mark Williams Thomas saying he was doing a news conference. It wasn't a news conference. It was just him talking as usual and, some of his mates filming it. It wasn't a proper news conference. There was no Spanish news there, as far as I know. It was just like, you have to be careful with it, Mark, because the things he says, it's all publicity. Anyway, although teams at the scene refused to confirm whether the drones were being used in connection with a specific lead. The civil guard, Guardia Civil, did provide a comment later that day, describing the work as repeated hunts through ravines, roads and trails of rugged terrain. Now, the thing is, they can't confirm that there's a specific lead because it'd be all over social media. They'll be even quieter now seeing the shitstorm that's arose over this case. They're not going to say anything until they know for sure. I just hope today is the day. As another day of this case draws to a close, Mr. Slater's loved ones will be hoping that repeated work eventually provides them with some kind of answer as to where he is. And Mr. Slater's mother, Debbie, called on the public to pray for her son. And so I've been praying for him every day, and I know all you have, all my regular chatters have. I have every faith on them down on the ground and the amazing searches they are carrying out, along with more amazing guys up there. As a family, we're in a living nightmare. We have no further updates other than Jay's still missing, and we are just ignoring the social media side of things. Don't blame you. I do not blame you. What else can you do? Just imagine for a minute, not only your loved one is missing, which is awful, but that you've got to put up with that. You've got to put up with that as well. Okay, so now I had a look on the Spanish news this morning. I can't see any updates really on the Spanish news. Nothing really. So that means there's been nothing released to the Spanish press as far as I know. Now, on Mark Williams Thomas' Instagram, he didn't put anything on his Instagram yesterday. The last post he made, let's just have a look. He might put some. I haven't looked on his other social media, to be honest. I don't follow him. So yesterday he said, another very long day, just finishing for today. The last 24 hours has enabled me to spend time with Jay Slater's family and friends and track down and speak in detail to crucial witnesses. I still have a number of crucial people to speak to, and over the next few days I will be making appeals for information to help support the Spanish police, as if they need his support. Investigation and further my investigation. Oh my God, I just can't talk about this guy anymore. He's just unbearable. Anyway, so what else are we going to look at? It does. Unfortunately, it does involve him a little bit. But anyway, we'll have a look. So there is an article in the Express. Exactly, is a cop about 20 years ago who left under mysterious circumstances, claims he solved Jimmy Savile, which he didn't. And then really, what else has he ever solved? Nothing. Anyway, never mind. Yeah, I want to have a look at this Express article. And of course, so this is what they've got to say. A major new update in the search for missing British teenager Jay Slater has been given during a press conference. It was not a press conference in Tenerife, but Mark Williams Thomas is a YouTuber, really, or he's a social media private investigator. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about him. So he said that Jay's family still live with hope that he will return. And it just goes on saying how he disappeared, which we know. What was it? Now, Jay's desperately worried mum, Debbie Duncan, has said she's at her wit's end, which I can imagine she is. And the family has also had to contend with vile rumours and allegations spread by online trolls, including false claims that Jay's body has been found. Well, I haven't seen that anywhere, that his body has been found, only that they were narrowing the search. A press now this I thought this was important. A press conference planned for today has been delayed. By that they mean a proper press conference, like the police press conference. And I wonder if they've delayed it, and this is speculation because I don't. If they think maybe they've found a place of interest, have they delayed the press conference because they think maybe some more news will come out? It's possible, isn't it? But who knows why they've delayed it. The police, as I say, they'll just do their own thing. They won't listen to what anyone else is telling them to do. So Jay Slater's mum, Debbie Duncan, has urged the public to pray for her missing son. And she said she has every faith in those carrying out the search for the 19-year-old. Now, apparently the family were told by the police not to participate in Mark Williams Thomas press conference or whatever it was. So remember the sighting in Santiago del Teide? There's a little bit about the mayor there. The mayor of the town in Tenerife, where Jay Slater was potentially sighted on CCTV cameras, has said he does not believe the missing Lancashire teen ever made it there. I don't believe that either. That was not Jay on those cameras. You know, lots of young men probably look the same. You know, if they've got similar, you know, shorts on, similar outfit on. You know, it was too grainy. It could have been Jay, you know, but it could have been any young lad of his age, really. So Mayor Emilio Navarro said, the Guardia Civil sent us an email asking for our security cameras. We couldn't give it to them as they are organised through a separate company, so the police are speaking to them. But that CCTV picture is not from us. And I do not recognise that place. I do not think it is Santiago del Teide, and he is not here. We will help the police, but it makes no sense. We've had family and journalists here, but we have seen no police. No police. You know, the police will be investigating it in their own way, I suppose. Oh, God, here we go again. Detective who exposed Jimmy Savile. God. Anyway, I'm not saying anymore. So he has revealed more details of Jay's last known moments. He says he has uncovered the name of one of the men and possesses a photograph of the other. You know, these men have been interviewed by the police. They were interviewed by the police. They stayed an extra day to be interviewed by the police. They've returned back to Luton, where they're from. I don't think there's anything hidden about these men. And he should not uncover them. He should not reveal their names because they're going to get a load of hassle then. And nobody knows if they were involved, if they did anything untoward. I doubt very much that the Spanish police will have let them go back to the UK if they were suspicious of them. You know, we don't know what happened in that interview when they interviewed them. You know, stop speculating, Mark. So he described both as being in their 30s to 40s. I have to date been able to speak to a large number of witnesses who were with him or came across him. There are a number of those that are probably not entirely truthful. So who's stirring things up now, Mark? And I intend to follow up with those people further. Oh, but they're quaking in their boots, he told the Manchester Evening News. There are two key people that we have not yet spoken to, and these are the two men that took Jay back to that holiday rental in the hills. These two men have spoken to the police, but now they're back in England. Do you know, it's like stirring things up even more, isn't he? So he's saying that some of the people he's spoken to are liars, but not saying who it is. So everyone will be talking about that. Who are them that are lying? It's all about these two men that have gone back to the UK who we have no reason to believe so far. Maybe that they've got everything to do with it. But we don't know that. The police haven't said they are. The police have let them go. The British police said they have no plans to talk to them. And so what's he stirring things up for? He's just going to cause trouble. So Jay Slater search expert investigators. This is shades of Peter Falding, isn't it? Expert in everything. shares fresh new details of last known movements. So he has vowed to hunt down the 2 mystery men who were last seen with missing teenager Jay Slater. He's vowed to hunt them down. The police know where they are. They're in Luton, Bedfordshire. The police know who they are. They know where they are, but he's going to hunt them down as he disclosed crucial new leads in the case. So what are the crucial new leads? So Mark disclosed that in the early hours of Monday, it is believed that the 2 men met Jay and his friends at bars along the strip in Playa de las Americas. And the missing persons sleuth expressed his determination to locate the 2 British individuals who reportedly shared the Airbnb accommodation with Jay in the secluded village of Masca, urging them to come forward. What they're going to come forward for, just so that social media can jump on them. On the fateful morning of his disappearance, right, they've held, YouTube have held a message for review there, so I don't know whose it is, but somebody's put a message on it's been held for review. So if it's not me who's done that, YouTube's done that. Don't know why. I don't know. Did anyone see where it was? Oh, they've held a couple for review. I've never seen that happen before. Let's show. I can see it, I think. One is from David. One was from David saying moaning is a women's privilege. YouTube held it for review. Don't know what the other one was. No, they're not. There's no messages on there that I can see are weird or anything, but I've never seen them do that before. But anyway, so they held them for review, but they should be able to be seen now. Where are we? The missing person. So on the fateful morning of his disappearance from the club at 4 a.m., Mark recounted that Jay appeared to be in control of himself. He described how the young man casually sat on a wall outside the establishment before he was seen getting into a vehicle heading towards Masca. So what's the crucial new leads? Where's the crucial new leads? And we knew all this before. Then he said that a number of witnesses are probably not entirely truthful. So it's just repeat. So he claims he has since learnt the name of one of the individuals, and he has a picture of the other man. I've seen a picture of one of them on social media, but I won't be sharing it on here because that's until anything's proven. He's probably just got it off X or Twitter, because I've seen a picture of one of him on Twitter. But you know what? Anyway, never mind. I have to date been able to speak to a large number of witnesses who were with him or came across him. There are a number of those that are probably not entirely truthful, and I tend to follow up with those people further, he said. So he's stirring it up. So he's saying that some people aren't telling the truth. Everyone on social media now, it'll be a buzz with who wasn't telling the truth, or I bet it's that Lucy, or I bet it's this, or I bet it's that. It's just causing more shit, basically. And then we've got Coronation Street's Vicky Entwistle weighing in, but she is a friend of the family. She is, I think it's her godmother's grandson. Jay is her grandmother's godson. Sorry, her godmother's grandson. And she says she's confident Spanish authorities are doing all they can to find British teenager, as the Lancashire lad's friends slam local forces over their lack of urgency. So Vicky, who revealed her family connection to the missing teenager earlier this week, shared the update on social media amid Facebook groups that are set up as Facebook Facebook groups are set up across the UK with members of the public offering to fly over to help with the search. Former Corrie star Vicky, best known for her role as Janice Battersby in the ITV soap, revealed earlier this week that Jay is her godmother's grandson and she's been closely involved in the efforts to locate him. Amid Jay's friend Lucy's concern, Vicky has tried to reassure those concerned. Talking to Twitter in the early hours of Friday morning, she told her followers, although Jay has not been found, I'm confident that the Spanish authorities are doing their utmost to find him. My brother lives in Barcelona and assures me that the news coverage is prevalent on the Spanish mainland. There's a lot of coverage in the news, but there hasn't been any updates for a few hours, not proper updates for a little while. Vicky has, when I say a little while, I mean a few hours, I'm not saying days. Vicky has been maintaining regular contact with the distressed family and has previously asked her fans to keep Jay in their prayers. In response to an offer of support earlier this week, Vicky shared details about the ongoing search efforts, writing, I know all the authorities are pulling out all the stops to find him, helicopters and drones, etc. And she also expressed hope to another follower, saying, seems everyone is looking, so that gives us all hope that he will be found. Oh, TV sleuths quotes in full. I need to speak to those people because they're the last people other than the owner of the holiday rental that saw Jay. I mean, talk about stating the bleeding obvious. I believe they have crucial information that may enable us to find out what's happened to Jay. They were in the bars, certainly for 2 days. They mixed with Jay and Jay's group of friends that were there. Well, I thought they said that he did not know these men before. They spent a number of time in the bars there. They say they drank Hennessy, which was their preferred drink. Oh, he's a bloody good private investigator. I know the nickname of one of these individuals. I have a photograph. He's about 6 foot tall. He's quite stocky. He had a distinctive bright orange wristband on, and he's got quite short black hair. It's difficult to tell, but he's probably around 30 to 40. One was a slightly bigger guy and was much more chatty than the other one. They didn't go to the festival. They didn't have tickets. There will be you, as well as many other people, asking very pertinent questions like, why were they here? What were they doing? Why did they take Jay back to that holiday rental? I think that's true. We are all asking those questions. And but we mustn't think that police didn't ask those questions as well. Ask what you thought to Spanish police allowing the 2 men to leave the island. Well, they can't stop them leaving the island if they've got nothing to charge them with. What they're going to do, just arrest them and make them stay. Arrest them for what if they can't prove that they've done anything wrong? He knows that. He was in the police. I think the problem is the starting point of the investigation for the Spanish authorities has been one of a missing person. If this was in the UK, what he would have done, I would have started investigating as a critical incident, and I'd have done everything so that you can secure the potential crime scene. But how are you going to secure that place? How are you going to secure that great big mountainous park? Put police tape around the whole fucking park? Once you've lost evidence, you've lost evidence. He always does this. He comes on, he criticises the police. He criticised the police in the Nicola Bulley case. He was a policeman 20 odd years ago. He's got no clue what the police is like now. And he comes on and he just throws out all these criticisms, what he would have done, because he's so bloody brilliant. You should not criticise the police. No wonder the police don't cooperate with him. Anyway, the British police don't cooperate with him, and the Spanish police won't cooperate with him. But no wonder, because he's just slagging them off all the time and saying how good he would have been. One of the early thoughts of the family was that Jay was being held hostage, but there's been no request for financial remuneration in any aspect at all. And then they concentrate. This was something that was in the Spanish news. There was a firefighter, one of the people that was searching, a Spanish guy, Ricardo, and he said it's very difficult to find people here because of the ravines and the mountains. And he said the days are now passing by and it's increasingly strange that he hasn't appeared yet. And it's true. You would have thought that they would have found him by now, but then when I see the terrain, I think no. You know, it takes a long time to find missing people when they're in this sort of difficult. I'm thinking of cases recently in Scotland and that where people were on mountains. It took ages to find them. There was an actor in America. Oh God, what's his name? Is it? There was an actor in America recently. They didn't find him for months. He went hiking up in one of these similar type things. Oh God, who was that actor? Let's have a look. A British actor. And he was finally found not that long ago. Julian Sands. He was in A Room with a View. He's been in a few sort of Agatha Christie type films and he disappeared while he was hiking 5 months ago. He's only just been found in a California mountain area. And they've been looking for him. You know, he's a famous man, disappeared. His family reported him missing. And they've been looking for him for 5 months. I think he was probably found by accident. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, there he is, Julian Sands. You might recognise him. He's a British actor. 65 years old. Another one went off hiking in the Mount Baldy region of the San Gabriel Mountains. And hikers found his remains just recently, 5 months later from when he went hiking. He was a keen hiker and mountaineer, reported missing on the 13th of January after he failed to return from a trek. So, you know, I think 10, 11 days is actually not that long. You know, oh, I've stopped sharing. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Is actually not that long in these cases. Hey, Bren. No, I just think we do need to remember this. The terrain is difficult to find someone. My personal opinion remains until someone shows me any different, or until something different happens, I think Jay is lost there somewhere. I think he's tried to get home. I don't know why he went to that house with those men. That's the only thing. I don't know why. Who knows what the reason was. But I do feel that he might be lost. But I'm, you know, happy to be proven wrong if he's safe somewhere. And if something else has happened, if there has been foul play, you know, when I'm proved, you know, when somebody official tells me what's happened, you know, but I won't be listening to social media. Just won't, I'm afraid, you know. Too many different rumours, I'm afraid. Hi, Joanne. I'm just looking to see if I missed anyone coming in. Hi, Jane. Yes. He is a government voice box narcissist in well said. Hi, Nicole. That's an interesting thing. The thing is, the boy that Jay attacked, you know, going back, I don't like to, you know, the boy that Jay attacked is asking for him to be found, and, you know, he's forgiven him. That, you know, they're all young lads that are probably all involved in all sorts of things, and I'm not apologising for Jay what he did was terrible. But, you know, at the end of the day, it was 3 years ago. His boss says that things that people are saying about him is not true. I'm just going to go with my gut feeling as well, which is, yeah, he has done terrible things. But you know what? It is murder being perfect. I know. David, an innocent remark. Yeah, the one that nobody swore. I'm seeing if I can find moaning. I'm trying to see if I can find what that comment was. Yours, David, was definitely that thing about women. And it said it was hiding it. What did it say? I can't remember what it said now. Hid for review. But anyway, I've released them both now. But I've never seen that happen before. But somebody might have reported it, you see. You just don't know, because even though it seems like we've not got any trolls actually commenting, you don't know who's sat at home watching. Somebody might have reported it just for the hell of it. So, okay. Well, when the evidence comes out, Bren, if you've got evidence, send it to me, to my email. I'll have a look at it. If it is proper evidence and not just, you know, speculation. Because, anyway, everyone's got their theories. It's not an offence to have a theory. And I'm not going to ban anyone for having a theory, whatever theory it is. Everyone's entitled to their theory, as long as they're not nasty about it. You know, the rules on this channel is say what you like, but don't attack each other, of course. Don't attack me. You know, you can say you don't agree with what I'm saying, but not be nasty. That's all. That's the only rules, if any rules. Now, I'd just like to look before we finish, because I've got to go, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, I mean, I've got work, you know, I need work. So that's, work is good. Work is good. I'm not complaining about having classes. It's just that I'd rather probably stay here with you. Oh, and this is what I want. Oh, good. So Paul has just put on a video. Let's see what he's got to say.
For missing Jay. It's around 8 o'clock in the morning. My alarm has been going off since 6. It's been ringing and ringing and ringing. I've just managed to get my thermal dry. And my plan today is, guys, I'm not going to be meeting up with the police this morning. I'll meet up with them later and just update them what I'm doing. But what I'm doing today, guys, is I'm finding a much easier way to actually get down to the beach. So I'm having to come all the way up here, all the way across, all the way across, all the way across.
Yeah, because I personally do think Jay set off the road. Right, this is my theory, and it is only a theory. And I've mentioned it before. I think Jay set off. He's seen the beach down there in that sort of stupor that he'd been sort of. Don't forget, he's been partying for 3 days. He won't have been exactly, you know, 100% on it. And he's thought, oh, I'm going to take a shortcut. That's what I think has probably happened. But I still don't really understand why I didn't wait for the bus. But I know what young people are like. The thought of waiting 2 hours for a bus. You know, my son, he wouldn't do it at that age. I don't think he'd even do it now. You know, they're just young people have got no patience. You know, because what I think any of us would have done, I'll tell you what I would have done. If I would have come out of there, I asked the woman, what time's the bus? It's 8 o'clock. She said the bus comes at 10. I would have gone back to that house that I'd just come from, or I would have gone to the cafeteria, or I would have just sat down somewhere, tried to buy some water somewhere, maybe gone back to that house and tried to charge my phone up. Or even in the cafeteria, they probably would have let him charge his phone up. I would not have started off walking. I would have waited for that bus, even though it was 2 hours. But, you know, then I'm at a different age group now. So whether, you know, young people are more, he probably thought, oh, I'll just walk. I don't think he realised how far away he was.
All the way down. I mean, it goes around and then there's like another bit. But the reason why I'm doing this, guys, is because there's a really good chance that Jay was heading down to the beach. And from where the phone last pinged, there's 2 main routes to go. Now, if you were watching what I was doing yesterday and the day before, you would have seen that I made my way down one path. Now, the problem is You go so far down, you go so far down. You can go about 2-3 hours down into this ravine, but then you get to a point where there's anchors on the wall and you cannot get down any further without ropes.
So now I don't know. I do worry about this man because look, he wasn't exactly chubby before, but he looks positively, you know, he looks really thin now. He's been walking day in, day out. He's not been eating properly. He was sick yesterday. I do worry about him, you know, but I think that's what happened to Jay. I think he thought he could walk, and then he's just got completely stuck. Unfortunately, I think that's what's happened to him, but time will tell.
It's absolutely impossible. So I am gonna see if I can go this other way, and if that fails, it should not fail. It should be fine. I won't really know until I'm up there, but it should be okay. If not, I'll have to go back the other way with ropes. But that's the plan for today, guys. That's what I'm doing. Again, I'll meet with the police a little bit later.
Now, sent him a message giving him the places where he could rent mountaineering equipment in Tenerife. He hasn't answered, but I don't expect he's got much time because, you know, he seems to be walking all day and then he's going home and probably just crashing into bed and then getting up early again the next morning. So I hope he's careful because the next thing you know, the police will be having to rescue him.
Or mountain rescue and just tell them what I'm up to. I let everybody know what I'm doing as well. I make sure that everybody knows that I'm safe, etc. And my intentions for the day. But just a quick update. Fingers crossed for today. Let's find Jay, guys. Let's find Jay. Big love to everyone.
I know most of you guys don't know the situation between me and the Jay guy who I made a video against. But I'll explain now what really happened is he turned up to my workplace where I was working. I haven't seen this guy for about 10 years or something. He turns up and he just...
I've no idea who this guy is. This has just come on as the next video.
Standing there drinking. He said, "Oh, brother, I haven't seen you. I thought I'd come and see you." Blah, 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 chatting away. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm working. Like, you know, do your thing, innit? You know what I mean? Because I was like speaking to customers and stuff.
Right, I've no idea what that's about, so I'm going to click off that because it just looks like a load of gossip to me, if anything. You know, men always say it's women who gossip, but, you know, from what I can see on most of it...
So guys, it's day 6 of searching.
It's all the men that get involved in all the gossip. I don't do gossip.
My alarm has been going off since 6. It's been ringing and ringing and ringing. I've just managed to get my thermal dry. And my plan today is, guys, I'm not going to be meeting up with the police this morning. I'll meet up with them later and just update them what I'm doing. But what I'm doing today, guys, is I'm finding a much easier way to actually get down to the beach. So I'm having to come all the way up here, all the way across, all the way across, all the way across, all the way down. And then it goes around and then there's like another bit. But the reason why I'm doing this, guys, is because there's a really good chance that Jay was heading down to the beach. And from where the phone last pinged, there's 2 main routes to go. Now, if you were watching what I was doing yesterday and the day before, you would have seen that I made my way down one path. Now, the problem is you go so far down, you can go about 2-3 hours down into this ravine. But then you get to a point where there's anchors on the wall and you cannot get down any further without ropes. It's absolutely impossible. So I am going to see if I can go this other way. And if that fails, it should not fail. It should be fine. I won't really know until I'm up there, but it should be okay. If not, I'll have to go back the other way with ropes. But that's the plan for today, guys. That's what I'm doing. Again, I'll meet with the police a little bit later. Or mountain rescue and just tell them what I'm up to. I let everybody know what I'm doing as well. I make sure that everybody knows that I'm safe, etc. And my intentions for the day. But just a quick update. Fingers crossed for today. Let's find Jay, guys. Let's find Jay. Big love to everyone.
Yeah, let's find Jay.
So it's been a while since I've done a pub.
Okay, so there you go. That's where we are so far. So will today bring a breakthrough? Will Jay be found today? Is he up there in those mountains? Have the police focused in on the right place? if they have, and if he is there, then hopefully at some point today, if they've got a specific area now that they can search, we've got the dogs from Madrid, we can only hope that one way or another, Jay will be found and put his family out this awful misery that they're in. There's not only the misery of their son lost and probably deceased, even if he's not there on the mountain, if it's foul play or whatever, he's not likely to be still alive unless he has been kidnapped, because he wouldn't have spent 11 days without contacting his family. So, you know, it's not looking good, is it? But at least if he's found one way or another, would just stop all this social media shite, all these horrible things that people are saying. And I hope they, you know, feel guilty afterwards when it comes out what's happened to Jay. Because whatever's happened to him, be it foul play, be it he's got lost, whatever, it's not nice, is it? To think of your family member, even if they were a bit of a twonk. You know, you just have to sort of think, how would it be for you? I just don't understand this lack of empathy from British people. You know, I thought British people were tolerant and nice, and, you know, we're supposed to have empathy, and probably most of us do, but you've got these horrible people saying horrible things. It's a shame, really, and it makes me ashamed to be British sometimes, because I do tend to get all this nastiness. You know, I cover a lot of cases. I've covered cases from America, from Australia, Spain, etc. You never get the same vitriol that you get when you cover a British case, which is a shame, isn't it? Same with the Nicola Bulley case, the nastiest trolls. And I don't mean just trolls who, you know, say daft things, even, you know, really nasty people sometimes. It's always with the British cases. It's a shame, that, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, maybe maybe they blame COVID for everything. So anyway, never mind. I'm not going to talk about that now. Okay, I'm off. So I've got to go and teach some Spanish, but I will, obviously, if there's any updates, I'll be back later on today. But I'll be back in the members tonight, so I'm looking forward to seeing all you members on the members live. I still, you know, there's a lot of things I'd like to talk about. Still haven't really said much about the Holly Willoughby, this trial of Colin Plum. Sorry, not Paul Plum. Sounds like some of Cluedo, doesn't it? That's just like batshit crazy as well. What is wrong with people? Good God. Much as I don't like Holly Willoughby, when you read about that trial and what he was sort of planning and everything, it's disgusting, terrible. So that's another thing that we've not talked about properly. I've talked about it on the members live on Tuesday, but we haven't. So maybe we'll talk a bit about that. But of course, if there's anything about Jay Slater, also that was the other thing that I wanted to do. Do a review of all the things that we would like answers to. Might do that as well. You know, there's always something to chat about, isn't there? So anyway, prayers for Jay. Sorry I couldn't light the candle, but my lighter has disappeared. I think I know who might be the culprit for taking it. I will find it and light a candle again. Okay, so take care. Look after you, because you are the most important person. Because if you don't look after yourself, you can't look after anybody else. And remember to live and love wisely and carefully. And I'll see you really soon in the next video. And until then, may your God, as always, always go with you. Bye.